Hello, everybody. This is Kevin with Inspiring How You See That, and we have Brian today.
Hey guys, how's it going?
And I dressed up for this one.
Yeah.
This is
you got fancy.
I did. The band will definitely appreciate this. And today we're going to be doing an artist spotlight on Starset, and it's actually Starset is from my hometown, and I'm so excited that Dustin kind of reorganized his musical career and then started Starset, because I know he was in a band previously before that, and then they went in and he did Starset, and it just blows me away. I mean, their musical style and what they produce, what they do, and I'm gonna let Brian talk a little bit about it, and then we're gonna talk about a little bit of the shows and some of the things and maybe some of the new stuff coming up.
Sure. And Starset's a fantastic. They're hard to pin down. It's, I would say, kind of like electronic metal might be the best way to describe. We've both seen them multiple times. They put on a fantastic show. I mean, everything about them, it's like a whole package that you get. I mean, if you guys remember when we talked about Raven Black, how she created a whole backstory to the band, and there's everything around. Well, Starset has something very similar. They've got what they call the Starset Society, which is almost like a whole mythology around the band, and they're very intellectual. I mean, they're on a level that is just, it blows your mind. I mean, mathematically and quantum physics, all this stuff that factors in. But it's cool. I mean, they do it in a way that's like, this is awesome.
Yeah, and that's what I like when I first saw them, they were on a small stage in Columbus, and when I heard them, I'm like, who is this? And I started listening to it, and they were talking about like the physics and the astronomy and everything that's out there, and I was like, well, that's kind of interesting, because not just within music, I'm curious about that kind of stuff too as well, and I was very intrigued. So then I started playing. I'm like, wow, this is really, really good. And then as they kept growing in the music industry, and some of the stuff they put together with their shows, and the plexiglass around the drummer, and I just loved it, the way the style was, and it was all fogged out. So I mean, there's so much. I mean, we could make this segment probably for an hour long, just talking about some of the things that they do on the show, and that's why we want to encourage you guys to definitely check out their show.
Oh yeah, they're a band you have to see live.
Yeah, and every time that we can see them live in Columbus, whether it be there or another state, I mean, sometimes we even travel to them, even though they are from our hometown, but they do try to put shows there more than other states. But if they're in another state, we even try to make that as well, because Gavin, my son, and my wife, they love him too, and he's just there, and just how kids, sometimes it's hard to keep their mind focused, but he's just sits there and jams out, man.
Yep.
So
I remember taking him when he was little to a show.
Yeah, and we were all there, and that was at the Promo West.
Yeah.
And that was inside, and it was jam packed, and we had him up on my shoulders, because it was just, and everybody there was all cool. Don't get me wrong. So it was fun.
Yeah, and they've been around, probably about 2012, 2013, somewhere around in there. Yeah. So far, they've released 3 albums, and they're with Fearless Records. Their latest album came out in 2019, Divisions, and we'll go over some of the songs that we like. First, we'll kind of mention, like we always do, the band members. So, Dustin Bates is the lead vocalist, also plays keyboards, particularly on stage. On guitar, we've got Brock Richards. On bass, we have Ron DeChant, and Adam Gilbert is the drummer. Now, they also, when they are on live shows, they bring in some other musicians. I know that there's a couple of ladies that they bring on regularly. So, and forgive me if I butcher your name, but it's Siobhan Richards. She's the violinist. And then they have Zuzana, I'm going to butcher this, Engererova. I apologize. She plays cello. And so that's one of the cool things, is that, they've got this hard rock electronic sound. They also bring in the orchestral, and both of us love that. I mean, I absolutely, we've talked about many bands that have that orchestral element that they add to the metal, and Starset does that, but then also brings in electronic. So it's so cool and so unique.
Yeah, and I also like that too as well, because when you do go to the show, and I had mentioned Gavin really likes him, and he plays the violin too as well, and he enjoys just sitting there watching her play, and this style, and and you could tell that they're just getting into it and they love it, and that's the great thing, because you can tell they're up there having fun.
There's a passion.
That's the purpose in this industry, is to not only for them to come up, have fun, but also all your fans. It's just
that connection is made.
And every show is just, and I know they changed up their outfits, but I really did enjoy the outfits that they had with the white and the suits and everything.
What about when they had like those?
Yeah, all the helmets.
TV
and yeah, and that was awesome, because it just it's hard to explain.
Yeah, you just got to see it.
And we'll put some of the live feed from some of the newer shows, some of the older shows. I've been to so many of them. I mean, I think I've been to like 10 or 15 of them. So
yeah,
I don't know. But I got a lot of videos, so we can put some in there and share with you guys.
Awesome. So yeah, let us know what you think. Let us know if you've been to a Starset show. Maybe something that stood out to you from that show. Because my understanding is their shows are all a little bit different, so it's not the same thing every time that you see them. I mean, I've seen them 3 or 4 times, and it never was the same.
Yeah.
And I loved it. And there's a big difference whether you see them in an inside venue or outside. They're able to just change things up, like you said, so often and so effectively. So let us know what you think of this band, and how long you've been a fan of Starset. Let us know what you think of this video. As always, thank you so much for spending this time with us. We love you guys. God bless, and rock on.
See you next time.